Hello everybody, welcome back. Tango here with another tutorial for you guys. And today I think we got something pretty special that you're going to like. It is a brand new type of Elytra launcher that is going to cause zero server lag, zero client lag, zero performance hits of any kind. So as many people as want on your multiplayer server can build this with no performance concerns. So, like many of the other popular Elytra launchers out there, it is still going to use a large stack of boats to propel you at just absolutely ludicrous speeds. You're going to be able to hit Y of 500-600 with this thing easily. However, the major difference in this one, and the major feature of this design, is that it is going to store the boats in chests when not in use. Alright, so let me show you how this thing works here. You're going to be up here up on top, and this is the hole that you're going to jump into to launch. And when you do, you're going to jump up, and then quickly jump again to engage your Elytra as you're falling down there. So to start it all off, you simply press this button here, and you'll see the boats are going to quickly start dispensing. We have a 1-tick clock here that is dispensing boats from 2 dispensers. So we're getting 2 boats every game tick there, launching these things at an incredible speed here. So you can look through the floor here. You're going to see once all the boats are fully deployed, they're going to get pushed forward right about now. There they go, and you are ready to go here. It takes about 15 seconds. So let me just go ahead and put myself in survival mode here. There we go, and here we go. And you can see we're going to launch to crazy heights, 500, 600, you got it, as far as you want to fly. I don't even know how to get back to this thing now. Alright, before we get jumping on the tutorial, let me give you a quick overview of how this thing actually works here. It's kind of interesting. So, as you know, when you press the button, it puts the machine into like launch or prepare mode, starts spitting the boats out at a crazy rate. When that's done, this piston here is going to extend and push them into position. Now, while it's in that mode, that lava block there is going to retract into the dispenser behind it, okay? Now, when you jump through, you'll see there's a tripwire hook here that you're going to come through. That's going to make the lava source block pop back out as you see it here. And when it does, it's just barely going to clip the bounding volume of all of the boats, the stack of boats, and it's going to instantly turn them all into items. But because the boats are actually so far away from the lava, you lose no boats to this lava whatsoever. I tested it many times, 100% recovery. All the boats just splash into this into this water pool down here, into the back over here with a few second delay, and then that slime block is going to launch them instantly back up through the middle of all the redstone mess here into this little water stream, push them over onto this hopper, and they're going to get loaded back into these chests for the next run. Alright, here we go. Let's build this thing. Alright, so you're going to start out with a 3x5 platform of packed ice. I prefer packed ice. You can obviously use regular ice. If you're short on packed ice, just be careful about all the melting. You know the drill there. But 3 wide here and 5 deep. Okay, this is going to be the front side right here. Once you have that, come in and take this back corner out and replace a slime block there. And you're going to put a sticky piston pointing up into that slime block, just like that, okay? Again, this is going to be the front side right here. All right, so next what we're going to do is do a redstone line going around the side and the back to add a nice little delay for the slime block launcher to push the items back up into the air. So from the front side here, come down a block like this and over, so there's one hanging off the edge. You got 4 blocks there total, and then pop one up just like that. Take a couple repeaters and go there and put them on maximum delay. Put some dust on top of there and a couple more dust right there. Grab some more blocks and run them down the line here. Again, 1 below the ice and right up against the piston there. Put a repeater there and then 5 on this side here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and connect those with some dust. Make sure the dust goes all the way next to the piston, and then put all of these guys on maximum delay. All right, next we're going to enclose our little ice tray here to hold the water. So go ahead and place blocks all along the outside of it like this. Again, coming 1 block off the edge. And then when you're right next to the slime block here, go ahead and add a furnace there and there, right there. Or, you can use whatever immobile block you want, but furnace is generally the cheapest one. So go ahead and keep adding those up, and then just don't bother covering that up right there. And then you need 1 more block right there on top of that, so you can actually sacrifice or get that ice back if you want. But looking like this. Okay, next we're going to add some more redstone and our 1-tick clock and the T flip-flop here over on the side here. So from here, add another block up like that Take some dust and go dust, 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 more dust, more dust, more dust, dust everywhere. We're going to have a comparator now right there. Put this guy on subtract mode. Very important here, okay? And then make a little loop around all like that. So there's your 1 tick clock. Repeater, another comparator right there. The repeater can stay on default ticks. Now take a dropper and point it up like that. Take another dropper on top of it, but pointing toward me just like that. Hopper into the bottom one, right like that, and a chest on top of that guy, just like so. Back over on the front now, we're going to build some blocks up here, put our dispenser with our lava bucket, and get it all hooked up with the tripwire. So from this spot right here, come up 2 blocks there, and then grab a dispenser like that, pointing that way. Make sure it's a dispenser, not a dropper. Put your lava bucket inside it, okay? Grab another couple blocks, 1 more on top of the dispenser, 1 more on top of that chest. Put some dust on top of that block there, and follow that dust right there onto the dropper right there. Okay, now from here, this is where your tripwire hook's going to go. So you're going to have 1 there. You can put your string on it, and then we'll just put another block right there. Okay, that block should be right on top of that redstone dust down below there. And go ahead and hook it up just like that, and you're ready to go there. If you want to hold off by putting the string, if you're afraid the lava's going to launch out, you can go ahead and put the string on later. It's not going to hurt anything. But there you go. Now, underneath that block you just put the tripwire hook on, you're going to put a sticky piston facing down, just like that, with a redstone block right on top of it, or stuck to it, I should say. So when you go through the tripwire hook, that's going to extend, trigger this redstone line here, and that's what's going to power the long delay down here to launch your slime block launcher. And that's going to give the items enough time to break on the lava and then flow down through the ice here and get all collected up in the corner here, ready for launch. Excellent. All right, so now we are going to add the dispensers and kind of some of the framing here with some bars and signs to hold all of the water that we're going to need to have in place here. So from this redstone right here, add your first dispenser like that and put another one on top of it, again holding shift so that they look just like that there. Grab a couple of glass blocks here, 1 there and 1 there, so that they're on either side of the bottom dispenser and out one like that. Now you're going to grab some bars here, or these can be bars or panes, whichever you want. I prefer bars, they just feel a little bit better to me, but if you're short on the iron, you can use glass panes too as well here. And now from here, you're going to do 1 there, 1 there, 1 on the chest, and 1 below the dispenser. So you're making like a little S pattern here with them, again, leaving a spot for the lava to come out. And on the other side, on this side over here, we're going to do a little bit different. It's going to be 1 against the piston, 1 across. So you have 3 across there, even with the piston, and on top of the glass. And then down below there and there. So it's 3 across and then 2 over on this side with a little bit space for the glass right there. After that, now you're going to add some signs, okay? Add a sign on that block right there. Add a sign on the side of that block there. And a sign on the side of that one right there. So you get like a little S pattern just like this. And then go ahead and add a couple more signs on the side of these 2 bars right here. There and there, okay? This bottom one here is going to hold the water in. It's going to be holding the boats. And this one here is going to hold the lava in right there. Okay, back over on the side now. I made a little mistake here. This bar here on top of the glass, we actually don't need that bar right there. It can't be there because that's where the block is going to extend to push the boats into position. So go ahead and add a block on the side of the top dispenser like that. And then we're going to add a sticky piston pointing into that block just like that. Again, that's the one that's going to push the boats so that they go right into position so that you can jump down and hit them perfectly. So now we're going to run a line that is going to have a little delay in it and power that piston, which is going to push the boats forward. So from right here against this repeater right here, add a block coming out and up just like that. Leave the space under so the water can go underneath it. From there, come up another block just like that so it goes on top of the repeater. Put a comparator right there. There's going to be some hoppers here eventually. Another block there, some dust right there, repeater right there facing that way, maximum tick. Took a block up like that and spike a torch on it like that. And then run this down here so that it comes right even with the side of the sticky piston, just like that. You're going to get 3 repeaters right there. Bang, bang, bang. Full tick right there. Another one right there. Full tick and dust and dust. And you can see it should pop out. There you go. All right, let's add some hoppers and some boat storage now. So I will say that the way we do the hoppers here is going to look a little weird. Possibly there's going to be an extra hopper or 2. And that's mainly got to do with the fact of how fast we're going to be spitting boats out of these two dispensers here. And we need to be able to supply these dispensers with boats at that rate, okay? I mean, that was one of the major goals of this whole design was to be able to get boats out and launch them into the water and ready to go as fast as possible. And I think we did a decent job here. We got our 1-tick clock here, so we got to do a little bit extra little work here to get the hoppers to load both stack dispensers as fast as possible here. So holding shift now, follow closely, 1 into the bottom, 1 into the top, and 1 into the side of the top hopper, right like that. Now over here, from the back, 1 into the bottom dispenser, 1 into the top dispenser, and 1 into this hopper right there like that. Now grab a couple of regular chests there and there, a couple of trap chests there and there, obviously just because we need to be able to put them right next to each other. Another hopper into the side of the trap chest, just like that. Another hopper here, straight down into the top of the regular chest, and then a final one pointing into that guy right there. So again, this is all necessary to get the hoppers loaded, and once the system turns on, to be able to fill those dispensers as fast as we possibly can. All right, doing good, doing good. Let's add some flooring here. So this is going to be the spot where you're standing as you're, contemplating your long plunge to death. I mean, to, glorious flight or something. Something like that, I guess. I guess we'll go with that. All right, a couple glass right there and there. This is so that you can see the boats get pushed forward and let you know when it's time to jump. And then from there, you're going to go another solid block there, there. Now, the one thing I do need to mention is right here, you need a slab or an upside down stairs or something that's not going to block that chest there. It is unfortunate, but just consider that when you're building your floor. Another solid block there. You want to grab a button and put it right there. Okay, that's going to be the button you press to start the whole thing. Make sure it's above that redstone right there. And then we can finish all this out in the front here. Again, this is all to taste here. Whatever feels good to you. I prefer ringing this with a little bit of stairs here to kind of give it a nice look from the front. But if you're building this, it depends what you're building this into, if it's freestanding or not. Again, all up to you, whatever works for you. So there we go. And then just add a couple little blocks in the back here, like this. A little too high wall here, just because we're going to have some water going up and stuff against it. But there you go. All right, we're getting close, and this is one of the cool parts right here. You should have a hole that looks straight down to the slime block down there. That is where the items are going to get launched up here. That's our little kind of item elevator here now. So we're going to grab some glass. Again, this doesn't have to be glass. I prefer glass just so you can see what's going on, but go ahead and add glass on all these spots here, okay? So 1 on top of the chest, 1 back here, 3 down the side here, and then 1 right there, okay? So to hold all the water in that we're about to place, make sure you don't fall to your death, because that's easy to do. And then get a sign and put it right there on the edge of that block, or somewhere on the edge of that block is the best spot right there to hold the water from obviously going down. So the items are going to shoot up here into this water stream that we're about to add now. Your water should just go over just like that. And it's important to cover this up, mostly this block right here. So when the items come up, they'll bounce against the top there, hit the water stream, get pushed over onto this, and this is where you'll have 150 boats or whatever slowly getting fed back into your system after you launch. All right, we are just about done here. A couple last minute things here. So now is a good time to go ahead and add your water to the water ice tray down here. And you're going to add it in this far corner here, okay? So if you're looking from the front, it is the front right corner right there. And you should check and make sure it all flows in nicely and all the water pushes into this corner here. That's obviously pretty critical. Okay, now over here on our T flip-flop here with the double droppers here, okay? Go ahead and add whatever little, meaningless little item you want to that guy, to the bottom one right there. And your clock should start ticking, going crazy. That's a good sign, okay? Now what you want to do is press your button. By doing that, okay, it's going to move the item up there, which is where you want it to be, and your lava is going to come out, okay? This is the spot you would be in after you launched, okay? So we're ready to go here, and it's time to fill the boats, okay? So start crafting a boat. You're going to need, I think it's like 156 or something if my calculations are correct. You can go a little less if you want, but no reason not to really, because again, there's no lag caused by these boats sitting in these chests. So start putting boats into this chest and into this chest, okay? And fill them up until they stop, losing items to the hoppers below. So just keep adding items, keep adding boats until both of these chests are completely filled, and we should be just about ready to go. And of course, I forgot the most important water right here in front here, but before we do that, double check, make sure all your dispensers are all filled up, make sure that piston is retracted, not extended. The other thing I will mention is because we have a trap chest up there, It's a little quirky. Every time you open the chest, it'll actually send a signal to the dispenser here and kind of poop out a dispenser here. Just go ahead and break it and put it back in. It's kind of a pain, but once the system is working, you'll never be back there. But just if you see boats appearing randomly and you're not sure why, that's why. Okay, now add the final water source block here that's going to sit on top of this sign and flow back toward that dispenser. It's very important that we don't get a water source block there. We want it to be like on top of this sign going back one. So the easiest way to do that is just find these bars right here, the ones next to the glass, and go ahead and put it right next to it. Okay, and let me see if I can get a better angle here. Okay, there you go. You can see now the water source is like 2 blocks away from the dispenser and flowing back into it. Very important. Do not get a water source there because this water source pushing or the flow is what's going to keep the boats like locked in place. So we should be ready to go. Let's give this thing a try. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm excited. Here we go. All right. Launch it. There we go. The clock should start. The boats are spitting out. There they go. You can see them coming out at a pretty good clip there. It takes like 15 seconds or so. I got my fancy Elytra on. We're ready to go here. As soon as I see these boats push forward, I am ready to go. Should be happening in a second or two. Boom, push forward. There we go. Looking good. The clock is still going to tick, and that's fine. It'll turn off automatically as soon as I jump. Now again, as soon as we do this, we jump in the hole. We want to look up at like a 45-degree angle or so and just hold the jump button down. Here we go. Woo! Oh, yeah, 600. Crazy, crazy high. Love this thing. Where am I? Where am I? Yes. All right. There you have it, guys. We are done, and it's working great. We finally have an Elytra launcher that we can build guilt-free on our SMP servers and know that we're not going to bring the server to its knees with crazy performance hits. And even if you play in a single-player world, you probably want to consider this design for the performance hits that you will save there as well. Guys, if you enjoyed this tutorial, if you found it interesting, do me a favor, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you'll see some more tutorials just like this one. All right, guys, I am out of here. Until next time, Tango out.